You're gonna have to do some magic editing. Do you understand that? You're gonna have to do some magical, just use that same picture, use the same picture thing once the subject's gone, copy its background and then replace it. Cool. You understood? Got it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. So, yeah, welcome back. On the stairs today. We're not in the premium one. I came here today instead because I have no intentions of using the sauna today. I just want to get back to HQ after this is done. And the reason why? Pretty simple. We have a lot of work today. So, yeah, it is a lot of work today. Oh, let me list out what the work we have to do today. Earth log, Earth log editing. I still don't know the exact name. I just call it Star for now. Star Research Day 1, Feb 13 DGI. And then we got to do a live stream with the Spin the Whale because today's a special day. We've got the Arc new series today. Not many of you guys commented, so I'm just gonna have to spin the wheel based on the three. We've also got to do Star Research Day 2, and apparently there's also another fishing adventure today as well. So there's like 6 things, maybe 7. The 7th one being I wanted to try Overwatch 2. We didn't do Overwatch yesterday because we did hunting instead, and we got the content down. But yeah, the main one that's going to be very hard, well, not very hard, very time consuming is the DJI footage yesterday. What we did was made a short, and then made a video short. But I still have the entire trip to edit, plus Earth log. Shouldn't be too hard today. It's just we have a lot of post editing work to do. Well, it's not a lot. It's just two extra videos. Ain't really nothing that different, you know. Start video very easy to edit. The DJI is just a bunch of cutting, and honestly, it's not much. It just takes time. Nothing hard. It's just time. And yeah, so today should be fine. So if I read the comment section, literally only like 3 people commented, so it's literally just a spin the wheel. But if it's like 3 choices, then yeah, literally it's just a spin the wheel or flip the coin. I'll see how you do it out of 3. I'm pretty sure it's Crystal Isles, Ragnarok, and Lost Island. Literally only 3. No one else did anything else, so only 3 maps. No extinction. That's okay. Oh, we did arrive early today as well here. But golden hour is irrelevant on the weekends because it's like dips and pull-ups. There's a lot of cars in the car park today, but honestly, you can't even tell. I bet they're all huddled in the bathroom. 100%. The Filipino gang's here, but they're all in the bathroom together. Both noses are nice and clear. No blocked nose. Nice. Actually, no, I kind of came here because I felt kind of tired this morning. I was actually first time I was like, hopefully I woke up later. But then when I woke up, I realized that there was 20 minutes left before we have to wake up anyway. So as per my rule, there's no point in going back to sleep to get that extra 20 minutes of sleep because that 20 minutes of sleep does nothing to you. So might as well just start the day early. Also, I think today we have to fast. It's gonna be. I wonder how that's gonna go. I wonder if I'm gonna stay true to that or not. Because tomorrow it is like a New Year's dinner, so I'm kind of have to prepare for that. So today we might not even eat anything. I'll see about it. I might eat a little bit, but mm, I'll see. So with the editing powers, we could literally wipe everything. And like I said, stairs is pretty chill, especially when both airways are nice and clear. Breathing with the nose is simple. And it's like 10 minutes of talking, but I think I ran out of topics. For the no star research, I have no idea how long that day is going to last. It survived day one of interest, but I'm afraid, due to it being 3 seasons, the research might stop. I think the only thing about the research is that I'm not really allowed to really watch anime alone. I have to research on it. Because if I watch anime alone without research, I'm just a consumer. And no content, no nothing. I just consumed it without even caring. Which is exactly what I did with The Mystic Girlfriend in White Album. I watched it without any research. But again, what's the point of the research again? I don't even know. We can always just create our own stories, which we have been. Yeah, I forgot, not forgot, but there is still that anime slash series that, called Before We Drift. Haven't really done much about it afterwards. Kind of just forgot about, not forgot, but just abandoned it. Yeah, we played that. We played a horror game yesterday. No, not yesterday. 2 days ago. That was actually quite nice. I actually, that was one of the first videos I actually watched by myself again. Like, I don't really watch my videos twice, but the horror game, I actually watched myself, and I was laughing at myself too. I'm pretty funny. Parasocial was that chiller's art game. Not really any editing, and yeah, I think that video is pretty good. It was. It was so good that I literally watched myself for like an hour. Now for the new Arc series, I'm thinking if we should edit it or not. Maybe. I'm thinking about it. Because apparently on YouTube, when you live stream, that live stream stays. Like you could always rewatch it. It doesn't disappear. So instead of uploading the Arc videos like from the stream directly, I think I'm actually gonna edit it properly. Maybe. I see. As in cut out the boring bits. But the thing, I don't actually know, to be honest. I don't know. I think for the Arc series, you have to cut it out when you reach a certain stage of grinding. But there's really no. I'll see about it. There was one more anime I watched off camera. I wasn't gonna say it, but I'll say it now because I watched it like 2 days ago. It was called Love and Lies. Overall, it wasn't worth the research. Definitely not. But kind of, because it had one framework that was really interesting. One framework. One framework was from the girl talking about love. It was kind of interesting because I actually understood their framework a tiny bit. The framework was like this. I'll say it now because I got nothing else to say, right? Framework was like they liked this person when they were younger, and their definition of love was whenever you're near them, your heart flutters, you get embarrassed, you lose all your confidence, you basically become a different person, and you're like sheepish around them, and you avoid them. And it's like the super, you're like, you know, the girl character is like super confident, right? Charismatic, extroverted. But the moment they're near their crush, they literally become the opposite. And then they said that that's love. Like that's their definition of love. Those type of differences in their demeanor. And then I was like, huh, you know, to a degree, that framework actually does exist. It's like, you can be this entire different person, but then the moment your crush is nearby, you completely act different. And I was like, huh, you know what? That's kind of true. And then it just reminded me of my high school days. I wonder what's going on now. It is what it is, right? Actually, no, it's the same as. Never mind. I'm not sure what else to say about that topic because if I even compare it to my own high school experience is completely different because obviously the most simplest thing is to take action. What actions can you take next? Okay, then do that. Done. You never know. Maybe one day I'll see them again. I don't know. Literally gone. I don't know what's happened to them. Nobody knows. I'll find out one day. When I get back on Instagram, probably. Don't know, I've been isolated. Yeah, nothing else to say about it. It is what it is. But I will argue that it is kind of to a degree true that in the lower echelon, that type of love exists. But when you're in a high echelon, that doesn't exist. It's all transactional at the top. It's not real. The only reason it's real at the bottom is because you're at a lower echelon and you're stuck to it. And that's why the lower echelon has children. Because remember, love at the end is just to make children. But if your goal is not to make children, but something greater, then it doesn't exist. Because what is the ultimate goal at the end? To make children. If your intentions are not to make children, then there's no point. So when you're an elite, when you're in the higher echelons, there's no point. What's the point? The kid's not going to replicate you. They can't live the same life you lived from a brokey. You got to let the bottom echelon create the anomalies. If you're an elite, you can't have elite children. It won't work because it won't be the same. They won't go through the same hardships or anything. It can only be created by a lower echelon family. But if your goal isn't to replicate yourself, yeah, you know what I mean? You don't know what I mean. I think I've talked about this topic in a much older Earth log. However, I guess what I'm saying is, if I ever meet that person again in the future, and all statistics still look pretty good, I'd probably, I would probably accept it. You know, again, it just depends on the stats. If I ever find out that that girl is still single, still a virgin, sorry, nah. If they meet the right statistics, then maybe, but it really depends because there's so many options, and I think the difference is that when you're in a high echelon, you have more options, and when you have more options, you become transactional to a degree, which benefits me more. But if you choose like a childhood one, or not childhood one, kind of maybe. I'm not sure if you would, not childhood, but like one with a lot of history. That one's kind of in a kind of section where there's not many options, but that one has the most history. Again, it really depends. Really depends. But they are literally a ghost, I think. It might still be a ghost. Can't tell. And they don't have any social media just like me, so I don't even know. All I can say is that they start with the letter M, and that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, start with the letter M. There's two options if you know my history, but I think everyone knows that the first M is the one that actually is. Okay, I should shut up. What am I even saying today? I was in an old era because I'm completely different now. Literally, physically and mentally, completely different. They might, they could be completely different as well. You never know. What I can say is that when the anime was saying something like "you completely change," right? I can understand that. You can be nice and charismatic, extroverted near your mates, but then when you're near that person, you're completely a chicken, and like you're just like so different. I think that's the difference between. It's kind of actually I know it myself. It's like when you're near that person, you're a lot more less confident, skittish chicken, and you avoid them, right? But the moment you talk to another girl, extroverted, chilling, yeah, 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 okay, cool, done. Like you confidently talk well because you know you don't even like them, so you can chat shit. But when you're near the one that you like, you're like, well, what was it to say? Perhaps anime is just propaganda, eh, but the only reason we're looking at it is to capture their framework and then apply it. Not apply it, but capture their framework and see what they want you to do. So obviously, from most of the animes, it's looking like they promote that you know non-transactional love because that's what Evoke is anyways. We're actually fully awake today, surprisingly, and done a pretty standard stair climb, pretty standard 300, 112. It's always going to be the same anyways. It's always going to be the same. If we don't increase the speed and just do normal 3, I mean normal 6, then the stats will stay the same. Bro, this spray bottle is shit. Look at it. It's literally just pissing. Bro, that looks terrible. Looks like someone sweat instead of actually. This is nasty. It looks like someone sweat instead of wiping this thing down. Look at it. That's not even a spray. That's literally just pissing. Actually, I did him a favor and get rid of it for him. Some person left the AirPod like on the yoga thing. I'm not gonna touch it though. There's cameras here everywhere. So we should probably return it to the desk or something. Drill is pretty simple. Okay, that person just left the AirPod there, so I'm thinking I'm just gonna put it on the staff desk. I'm gonna go do that real quick. I put the AirPods on the counter, but I have a feeling that it's actually the guy's headphones. I can't really remember. I'll ask him later if he's still there. I'll ask the guy later. I think it's actually the guy's headphones. He's still here. It looks like the owner got it back, so it's all good. That was on the whatever. Yeah, we gotta go dips, do the dips. Anyways, yeah, dips, Alpha 3 regime, and probably fast. I'll see. Preferably will be fasting, and then you gotta edit a bunch of the videos, like I told you. Oh wait, we have to drink like every quart of water as well. So we're gonna be here for a bit. Yeah, we're actually gonna be here for a long time. Water one has been completed. Still got a whole nother water bottle to do. Is there anything else to talk about? I mean, technically, in this point of life, there's no such thing as because we've abandoned the normal echelon, so there really is no more of that type of thing. Because in the lower echelon, After high school, it's university, and then university is your workplace, which is basically your final resting place. But we are skipping that echelon, obviously. So that's why the only echelon we were in was high school, and that's like the only person in high school was M. That was it. No university, no 9 to 5 job, because we're not going to enter that echelon, obviously. So yeah, it is what it is. It's just transactional upper echelon stuff from now on. Once we reach there, which we will. These air vlogs are going to be very important in the future. Air vlogs will be real important because I'm sure it's being analyzed everything it says being analyzed. I understand the game we play. I understand the game I play. I understand the echelon. Oh no, I understand the ecosystem I'm choosing. It makes sense to me. It's the most logical. It's the one that Sensei does, except I've pushed further than what Sensei did. Actually, no, we're not going to fast. I just remembered. We're not going to fast, but we're going to be going with a significant. Okay, makes sense. 2000 minus 500. Hmm, okay. Alright, this week or next week, a new regime. Because due to the New Year's dinner, that's gonna scuff up the week. So we're gonna be going a significant deficit. And we're gonna go 1,500 calories for at least a week. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So we'll check our weight. We're like currently 70 kgs. So if we drop 500 calories for the week, I wonder what will be at the end of the day. Maybe back to 68. No, it's not gonna work. Dude, we've done that. We've done that before. No, 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 it's not gonna. That won't do. We can't do that again. We've done that before in history. We have done that in history before. I've done that in like January, cutting and dropping, and then we have to just. Nah, no. We're gonna have to deadlock at 2K. We can't. Doing that would end up making things annoying again. Nah, just stay at 2K. Even that New Year's dinner, we'll just be a bit more careful. But nah, just stick to 2K. Though I wonder what we're gonna be today. We might be still 70 kgs because we did eat like above 2K yesterday. Because yeah, we did. But you know how when in anime they always have like no significant reason besides just history, right? I guess when I actually analyze my own thing, right? There's obviously factors and reasons. There's no such thing as like memory based because there was no significant memory. It was only actually it was still kind of transactional. Or not transactional, but like what I'm saying is there were reasons, you know? There's always an actual reason. There's no like people change and stuff. You gotta have like an actual reason. And I think the only reason actually yeah. The only reason I actually found M interested was because they were a ghost. That's pretty much it. Yeah. That was literally one of the main reasons. Was because they were a ghost. As in zero media presence and zero friends as well. Presence, literally a ghost. No friends around the entire school, and not even online. All they did was study. That was it. Why am I even talking about? But then again, now that I think about it, they were really logical and cold. And back then I was opposite. Back then I was emotional and extroverted, which I still am, but it's behind the shield. Well, no. it's shielded now. It's more like the stoic demeanor is kind of a shield to a degree. It really just depends. I mean, technically I can talk about it, right? Because it's going to be in an Earth log, so it's like lore. But yeah, it really doesn't matter anymore. We're not in the ecosystem. We won't. Yeah, because once we're in the Instagram era, that ecosystem's completely different. Yeah, it's just gone. Well, I hope. Well, not hope, but if I remember correctly, they're working towards being a doctor. So I guess good on them. What is done? I think that's like the fastest would have done during a dip day. It sure was. Matter of fact, we did come here like 30 minutes early. I remember I literally woke up and I was like, damn, I can't want to go back to sleep. But, I checked the time and I was like, oh, it's like 20 minutes before I have to wake up anyway. So what's the point? Actually, when I say M, there's literally there's like three M's I know from that era. But I'm pretty sure when I basically said they have no social media presence, everyone probably knows which M I'm talking about. Doesn't matter though. Perhaps in the future vlog I'll mention M again. Kick the door. No one's there, right? I guess we have actually just 70.2, so I guess that 2,000 calories is really just bumping us up slowly. Alright, today we're probably just going to be eating muesli or oats again. Is there anything else to say? There's really nothing else to say today. We're basically done anyways, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, our vlog's complete. We're probably going to... Damn, do I want to make an extra video that's going to leave this as M? Maybe. Might just include some funny story at M. Not funny story, funny horror story. No, horror stories are getting kind of boring. But the video games are pretty cool. I mean, yeah, even Parasocial, right? I think I laughed at myself when I watched the video again because I literally pointed out all of the weak points. Like, don't no door chain. And, well, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, the mask fell out the bag. Joy, zip it up. Yeah, apparently today might even have a little clip of us going hunting and fishing. Maybe. I'll see how it goes. Alright. Appreciate it again. See you guys next time.